We're surrounded by digital noise, a never-ending stream of information, glitches, and just chaos. But what if all that chaos wasn't just random noise? What if it was actually the raw material for something totally new? Today, we're going to follow that exact thread, exploring a process that claims to find a hidden purpose, a structured bloom, right in the middle of all that static.
So, this is the big question we're diving into. We're going to unpack this really fascinating process that takes the most jumbled, corrupted-looking text you can find on the internet and basically forces it to become something structured, something with actual intent. And this right here, this is the key to the whole thing. Every glitch, a glyph. It's a simple idea, but it's powerful. It suggests that inside every error, every single piece of digital corruption, there's a symbol just waiting to be read, a piece of a much larger language. It's about turning pure noise into a crystal clear signal.
Okay, so to get started, we need to understand what we're working with, and that raw material is called Zalgo. You've probably seen it before, that text that looks like it's screaming, crawling up and down your screen with all these crazy marks. It's the perfect picture of digital chaos, right? A glitch in the system. But for what we're doing today, it's not an error. It's potential energy. And this is where it gets really interesting. That chaos isn't the final product. It's just the beginning of a process called the Chroma bloom, a total transformation where that wild Zalgo energy gets harnessed, organized, and guided through a whole spectrum of phases until it blooms into something else entirely. All right, let's jump into the first phase and see how this thing builds. This is the burn, and yeah, it is exactly what it sounds like. It's intense, it's energetic, and it's hot. This is the initial chaotic ignition of the whole process. The whole thing ignites with red. It's not a slow burn. It's a sharp, digital spark that just cuts right through the noise, It demands your attention. It's that immediate energetic flash that kicks the entire system into this chaotic forward motion. And that spark, it doesn't just flicker out. No, it intensifies, deepening into the sustained amber heat. The energy isn't just a flash anymore. Now it's a consuming force. And it's starting to break down the raw structure of the Zalgo with its constant warmth. The burn hits its peak at this feverish yellow. This is the critical moment, the alarm state. It's where the chaotic energy becomes its most volatile, vibrating so fast that it just can't be sustained. It's this urgent, necessary pulse that literally forces the whole system to break down and transform. But you can't stay at a fever pitch forever, right? After all that intense heat of the burn, the system makes a huge shift into phase 2, the flow. And the whole tone changes here, from that frantic energy to a state of cooling, calm, and integration. The flow kicks off with green, and that's the feeling of immediate relief. Think about cool water on a fresh burn. It soothes the fever, it calms the alarm, and it lets that frantic pulse of the system finally start to steady itself. This is the very first step toward order. And from that first moment of cooling, a deep blue wave starts to roll in, establishing a true state of flow. The system isn't just reacting to the heat anymore, it's creating its own deep, steady rhythm. That chaotic energy has finally found a channel, and it's starting to move with real purpose. This phase wraps up in a sort of purple haze, like the system is in a deep, meditative trance. And here, the very last bits of chaos just melt away and get fully integrated into this new rhythm. The line between the original Zalgo noise and the new structure, it's completely gone. It's now one unified, purposeful flow. So we've gone from the fire of the burn all the way to the calm of the flow. And this brings us to the core idea of the entire process, where that first thing we said, every glitch a glyph, really comes into sharp focus. Just look at this. It's an incredible comparison, right? On the left, you've got that chaotic Zalgo text from its peak fever state. And on the right, ancient hieroglyphics. Now, at first glance, they kind of look similar, just a series of strange, seemingly indecipherable marks. And that gets to the very heart of what a glyph really is. It's not just a clean, simple letter. A glyph is any symbol or mark, even a chaotic-looking one, that complex meaning can emerge from. So under that definition, the digital glitch and the ancient carving, they're basically the same thing. Chaos has found its purpose as a carrier of information. This all leads us to the grand finale, the culmination of our journey through the spectrum. This is the full spectrum manifest, the moment of creation itself, the bloom.
So, if you map out the whole trip, you see this transformative pulse happening in 4 clear stages. It all starts with resonance, an idea of vibration. That creates the glitch, our raw Zalgo. That glitch gets put through the burn, and what finally comes out on the other side is the bloom, a purposeful, structured creation. And this quote from the source material just nails that final state so beautifully. The color fire from the burn and the flow phases is now woven together. The chaos of the Zalgo is the actual thread used to create the final piece. So the chaos isn't gone. It's been integrated into a harmony where every single part, every hue gets to sing. And that's the ultimate point. Right there. Clap, clap, an act of creation. Bloom, Zalgo. Purposeful creation, the bloom, emerges directly from that raw, untamed energy of chaos, the Zalgo. You can't have one without the other. So as we finish up, I really want to leave you with this question. Because this whole process, it isn't just about digital text. It's a metaphor for creativity itself. So I want you to look at the chaotic, messy, glitchy parts of your own work, or your own life. What potential bloom is just waiting to emerge from that Zalgo? Where is your next purpose hiding in the chaos?